You need to ask yourself, should you sell out of the Australian property market? So in this video, we're going to unpack if it's the right time to sell. And it's a very big question. It's one you need to ask yourself, and I'm asking myself at this point in time. Should I sell now or should I wait because of the current market conditions? So what does the data tell us about the current state of Australia's property market? One thing we can look at is auction clearance rates. And auction clearance rates are currently going up, which means more homes are selling under the hammer every weekend. We're also seeing a fall in interest rates across Australia's market. A fall in interest rates will allow people to pay more for property, which in turn will raise property prices over time. Number 3 on our list is the introduction of the 5% deposit scheme. The Australian government from the 1st of October 2025 is going to allow pretty much anyone who is a first home buyer to use a 5% deposit to buy their first property. And they've also increased the price caps. Now in Southeast Queensland, for example, you could buy up to $1 million home with that 5% deposit. So houses between that $700,000 to $1 million price range are going to see more demand in the near future. Another thing to take into account is the fear of missing out or buyer sentiment. Now, sentiment is a big driver of how markets move and how markets work. You know, when people say you want to sell in a hot market, FOMO is the thing driving that hot market, people's fear of missing out. And so when you do look to sell a property, you want to sell as people are jumping in and pushing up prices. So the real question you need to ask yourself is there price growth ahead for my property purchase? I've already bought an asset in a Sydney or a Melbourne or a Brisbane, these major capital cities. What's happening in terms of the market growth, and is my property going to continue to grow? And therefore I should hold on as asset prices rise. Well, in 2025, what growth rates have we seen in each of these major capital cities? Sydney is up 4%. Brisbane is up 7% and Melbourne is up 1%. But in reality, I think the data will show us something different in 3-4 months' time when we get new data on Melbourne, because I do think that market is tracking ahead of the data that we've got historically. Now let's look forward to 2026 with some forecast growth rates. In 2026, we could see up to, say, 6% in Sydney, up to 8% in Brisbane, and up 4% in Melbourne. But I actually think Melbourne will be more than that, maybe 5 or 6%. And so what you can see is that these markets are continuing to move. 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8% forecast potentially in Brisbane in 2026 will drive up prices significantly when you consider $1 million asset would be going up $80,000 if it grows by 8% in 2026. So this leads to the big question, which is, should you sell now or should you wait into the future to sell that asset and take your capital gains off the table? It's a question I'm actually asking myself at this point in time, because I currently have 6 houses in Southeast Queensland and a unit block in Coffs Harbour with a property portfolio valued at, say, $9.5 million at this point in time. And so with my current financial position and where I'm heading, I may look to sell one of my properties in the near future. So let's unpack some of the pros and some of the cons to see what I'm going to do in terms of my own journey, and you can do this for yourself as well. So let's take our money off the table. What are the pros of selling out right now, getting rid of the property and moving on? The first one is you're beating a flood of new listings onto the market. There could be a rise in supply as people look to sell as prices rise. Now, this is a game of supply and demand. And so you could be competing against other people who are also looking to sell if they're all planning and selling in 1, 2, 3 years' time. So you just got to be aware of the new listings. The other thing you want to consider is, are there serious buyers already active looking for your property? You could attend local auctions or have a look at open homes to see how much buyer activity there is on the ground. And there's also statistical data you can look at to see what buyer activity looks like. For example, days on market would indicate how quickly a property is selling in your local area. You also want to consider, can you lock in this deal before prices rise? If you are selling out, what are you going to do with the funds? Are you going to be able to transact on your deal and then acquire another asset in the same market? Because if you sell and the market moves on you, you've got to just be wary of that timing. Another thing to consider is more choice for your next move. So if you do cash out, you then have liquidity. You've had a capital gains tax event take place. And that's something I'm personally considering, is when I do have that event take place, I may want to do something with the debt I've gotten back, because I'll have paid back some debt. and the cash funds I have left over as proceeds. So when you sell down a property, you gain back both the borrowing capacity and the cash proceeds, which is the difference between the sale price and the debt that you had on that deal. So say you sell $1 million home and you have $800,000 worth of debt. Assuming you had the same serviceability, you might be able to get another $800,000 worth of debt and go buy another asset somewhere else. And you have the $200,000 cash, which you could put down on different projects or use for different purposes. So you gain twofold. You gain debt servicing and cash from selling your asset. So we've taken a look at the pros of selling earlier. What are some of the pros of selling later? The first thing on our list is using compound growth to your advantage. By holding the property for a longer period of time, you're letting compounding growth do its thing, which means you're creating equity year on year on a higher and higher asset base. And that's really the secret sauce to property investing. You get more time to prep as well in terms of the sale of the home. So being organized with minor renovations and planning and timing things. The next one on our list is you get to see what's happening in terms of the money markets. So are there interest rate shifts happening? And you can plan and move as the market moves. And number 4 is that game planning. So you can really time the sale effectively. Maybe you're a business owner and you can reduce your distributions to yourself and sell at a later date and pay less capital gains tax. Or maybe your wife is off work for 9 to 12 months after having a newborn and you sell the property in her name during that time period. So you can plan for that. So there's reasons to wait in terms of selling, and the main ones for me would be that compound growth and timing effectively to ensure you make the most of this sale. And so what's the right answer? Should you sell now or sell later? Well, it totally depends on your personal strategy. I'm someone who has sold an investment property in the past and will sell investment properties in the future. I'm not one of those investors that wants to buy and hold every single asset I've ever bought in my property portfolio, because I think we can be strategic with how we buy and sell our assets. It needs to be right for you and your family. And that's the biggest thing I've done in my journey. When we sold, Emily and I, the Baby Queenslander in 2024, we were able to recycle the debt and recycle the cash and use those funds to buy multiple assets in that year. We bought 2 more houses. And I've done the same this year by buying 2 more assets by refinancing the equity. And I'm going to look to sell an asset in the near future to again pay down some debt, release some cash, and use those funds to complete major build projects as well. So that's the reality. It's not about the market. The question is, are you upgrading? Are you downsizing? Are you investing? Or are you wanting to wait for the perfect time? It's about your specific circumstances. Now, my main focus personally is about that investing approach. It's about timing the market for my personal property growth so that I can create more choices for myself and my family. And if you're considering buying a property in Southeast Queensland and you're looking for some help, head over to purposeproperty.com.au to book in a free chat with myself. Whether you sell now or you sell later, in my opinion, it's about keeping up the momentum of your property journey. And that means working with the brokers and banks, working with a investment savvy buyer's agent like myself, and building that team around you to help you get where you want to go. If you want more knowledge and information on real estate, renovating, and financial freedom, YouTube thinks this video right here is the one for you to watch next. So give that one a click. I'll see you over there. Peace.